You gotta love live stuff. Let's see if I can get this going here. Get all the little titles. So you know who I am. Hi, I'm the cat toy lady. And this is one of my lives. And hopefully this goes a little smoother than some of the ones in the past. If my eyes would stop watering, I would love that. So good morning, everyone. If you hear thumping and bumping and rattling, the kittens have collars on. They're not too happy about it, but because we're trying to get them used to it, and especially for like going outside for walks and just life in general, I want them used to collars. They're not too happy about it. This is like the 12th time they've worn them. I just put them on for little bits at a time. And the same thing happens every time. One of them will end up with a paw stuck. That's what's going to happen. And good morning to everyone that is joining us. Hello, Sean and Loretta. Thank you for joining me this morning. And let's see, what am I? Oh, I was going to show you. I got my little assistant back here, Cindy. She gets very mad if I'm sitting in a chair and she's not in one too. It's like the breakfast routine. I sit at the table sometimes when drinking my coffee, and she has to be in the chair next to me. And yeah, so she had to have her own chair in the living room today too. And let's see, I'm going to switch this up here. Don't you love when technology works for you? If you've seen some of my battles in the past, I have a new program. I've only been using it like 2 weeks, so I'm still acclimating to it. And of course, I have my husband's stuff going through the same channel, so I see all the stuff I've already made for him, so I can like change and like put his title on here and stuff. But I know that's not why you're here today. We're for the do's and the don'ts to start with of making mirror image cat wheels, and of course it's behind me on this side. So yeah, it does take up a lot of space. That's one thing you have to think about when either buying a cat wheel or making one, is where to put it. And they're not silent. You have to keep that in mind. No matter what brand you buy, there's going to be some type of running noise, thumping. You can hear the wheels moving on this one. So you just have to think about that type of thing. And you want one that is big enough for your cat's spine to stay fairly straight. So from what I've been reading, the average rule of thumb is a 4-foot wheel is ideal. That way it can fit all different lengths of kitty cats. Yes, I have made some in the past that were only like 3 feet, and that was for a kitten when Cindy was a kitten. No, she can't fit in that now. And no, it cannot support her 17 pounds. If you follow me, you know that's one of my challenges is dealing with people that think that some of the wheels I've made in the past are going to be perfect. No, it's a learning experience. And that is what today is for, is so I can share with you the things that I've learned that work and what do not work. Because I do actually get a lot of people that are trying to make their own wheels, and they write me and they tell me that they have this problem or that problem, and I try to help fix it. Or in some cases they tell me it didn't work and how horrible of an idea it is, and how I'm a fraud and all this stuff. I love it. And how they just wasted their money and had to throw it away. Well, if they would have written me like some people do, I can help you work out the kinks to it. This bad boy behind me has been going since the wheel video went up 2 months ago, 3 months ago. This is my newest wheel. The last one, the blue one, was given at the cat rescue that I work with to one of the gentlemen that was fostering kittens and cats. And then he was supposed to get me a video of them using it. Never saw it, never heard from him. And someone had told me that he just stopped working with the rescue even. Fell off the face of the earth. So it did not work for me to be able to show you how it worked. We did try to get a video of my lazy butt over here trying to use it and holding up a piece of chicken, and she took 2 steps. That's it. She refuses to use cat wheels. The kittens love it. Charlie's already been on this guy 3 times this morning, I think. And of course, Ellie has to run up the opposite direction as soon as Charlie gets really going fast, just so he can hang from the top. So if you notice there in certain areas, there's some masking tape on there. It's because of it was the easier, lazy thing to do to keep the carpet down. Because if you've ever seen The Lost Boys, the vampire movie, that scene where they're hanging from the train tracks, that is exactly what Charlie does when Ellie runs up the other side. He just starts dangling. And oh, my my husband is in the chat exploring with Nug if you don't know. Um, so yeah, and my eyes will not stop watering. I don't know what is going on today. So if you see I'm glassy eyed, allergies maybe. I'm in Georgia. Um, and I'm allergic to everything here, so that's just life. So some of the common things that I either get asked or people write me that they're having problems with is, as you can see on the screen, I made a little list. Yes, it must be round. For the love of God, people. I thought that one was a common sense one, but one person that told me they ended up just throwing it away, it almost looked like a flower. When they made the pieces to make the round edge here, um, instead of lining them all up into a perfect arc, they kind of made too many pieces and they had humps. Of course, that's not going to work. So, and then he called me a fraud. But just saying, it needs to be round. You might be able to hear Cindy growling. She is looking at a kitten and she still does not like them. It's the never-ending battle in the house right now. She's getting really loud. Charlie's walking around. And so yes, it must be round, not oval, not flower shaped, for it to flow and work easily and your cat to want to run on it. They want as little resistance as possible. And as I already kind of said, size does matter. You do not want it too small. It can be too big. That's not a problem. But it does need to be, minimum, I would say 3.5 feet. And that's for a smaller cat. Just make it 4 feet to make it easy on yourself, and then you don't have to think about it. Let's see. The wheel placement is another thing that I get a lot of comments about. People want to put the wheels too close together on the bottom, and if they're not spread out, the wheel wobbles too much. There's just too much imbalance. So the farther apart you can get the wheels, the better it is for the stability when they're running. And another comment I get asked is, do you really need the carpet? As I've learned, yes, you do. I made this bad boy so you could clean it. The carpet does come off. It has, well, now the carpet actually doesn't come off. Initially, the carpet came off. It had the command strips, it's like they're Velcro, but it's not really Velcro, like the picture hanging strips. I had that. That way the carpet could come off. Everything could be sanitized nicely if I needed to take it to a shelter to try it out or to be able to donate it eventually to a shelter. But my cats loved it, so that didn't happen. The carpet just gives that extra traction so they can really get it running. I tried with it not having the carpet. And of course, my kittens that I was fostering and Charlie were probably only about a pound when they first started using it. That there's not enough weight to help it go. So they really needed that carpet so they could dig in. I mean, if you have a fatter cat, maybe you don't need it. Oh, she's gone. But Yeah, carpet is just nice. That way the cats can really dig in when they're running and get that traction they need. And hello again, Sean and Loretta. You really want to try making it, but you don't have the confidence. It takes a lot of time. I won't lie. And you have to be very detail oriented. Again, you don't want it flower shaped. You need that perfect circle. It's not for everyone to make. And sometimes people would rather just pay the money because cat wheels can be a cheap one, maybe 250, and then you still have to pay for shipping. And for the regular ones that everyone sees, they're typically around 500, but I've seen them as much as $2,000 at some of the cat events. So, like CatCon, if you know what I'm talking about when I say cat events, CatCon, snow cats, pop cats, all those cat things. So they can be very, very pricey. And yes, they're all going to wobble when they run, unless the type that has the center axle that is, you have to nail to the wall, screw to the wall. Um, that's the only type that I don't hear a lot of people say that they have a wobbling issue with. And it still kind of wiggles just a little. But any, like the One Fast Cat or the Go Cat Goes, those all people talk about how the top of them waves a little. When you're making them like on your own, the farther apart the wheels can get, the more it lessens that. But yeah, goodness, they're expensive. When I film, of course, I have to sit and explain and measure, and I can't just build. But this bad boy probably was about 8 hours it took. If you can hear the rumbling of the kittens. And I'd probably say if I worked steady on it, it's at least 2.5 hours straight, maybe 3, without having to do all the explanation and figuring out how to do it in the first place. Because I don't usually build something and then see if it works for a while. I just wing it. My brain kind of works that way, so I can try to figure out things ahead of time, or I sketch them out depending on what's needed. I put a lot of thought into it. I have my little notebook of ideas and sketches, and this is also a calendar, so I know what video is going to be coming out, or at least I'm trying to. When the kids were out of school, I was just flying by the seat of my pants week by week. So yeah, you really do have to put a lot of forethought into it. I do highly recommend using God, I can't point the right direction. The corrugated plastic. It looks like cardboard, but it's made out of plastic. It's what people use for yard sale signs, realtor signs, those type of things in the front yard. It's doing awesome. You can clean it. You can paint it if you get a paint with primer in it. I like white, not a problem for me. You could get decals to stick on the side of it if you wanted to pretty up the sides of it. Again, I don't care. One thing I did think is neat, but knowing my kittens, they would destroy it. The window clings that you can get at like the Dollar Tree or other places, depending on the time of year. You can get Christmas and Halloween and whatnot. The window clings that just peel right off, you can actually stick those to corrugated plastic. It's awesome. Or, now that this actually sounds like a good idea now that I'm thinking it out loud, dry erase marker works on it. But of course, then if your cat touches it, it ruins it, and then they have smudge marks on their paws, so maybe not a good idea. But in theory, for other things that you could make. And the 8x4 sheets, I think, are $22 a piece, or they were before 3 months ago. But construction stuff just keeps going up and up and up. I think I want to try to make a cat tree out of it next. using some of the same structures that I did on my last big cat tree, the 5-foot cat tree. And, or if you saw the Christmas tree, let's see, I can do this. We can go like this, and, oh, where am I? That. I love technology, at least when it works for me. So the Christmas tree, Cindy's being a bully, if you can hear it. And the kitten chasing her. The kitten just got slapped, thinks it's fun, and is now chasing her down the stairs, which is not a good idea. And of course, in our split level house, it's echoing up the stairway. But the Christmas tree was also... I'll get used to it. So that Christmas tree right there was made with corrugated plastic, all of it, besides the fabric that I use on top for the green, the ornaments, and I used wrapping paper that was shiny for the bottom parts. But there was corrugated plastic underneath. So the cats could climb the cat tree instead of taking it down. And then it was actually really neat when I decorated it with the, when Santa came and added to the toys that we have, Santa put the presents all over the tree, and it was really neat. And we have string lights that are battery operated that were all over it, and a star that lit up on top that was battery powered. So it was very pretty in the dark when we came out with all the packages all around it and on it, and cats still climbing it with the packages. They didn't care. So yeah, let's go back. Let's see. I can do this. Let's do single mode, solo. Again, I'm still learning on this one. Yes, my eyes are still watering. But my makeup's really good today, I'm just saying. So corrugated plastic is the rant I was on. Love it. I'm going to be making a lot more stuff out of it. The corrugated plastic I happen to get at my Home Depot is made of recycled material and can be recycled. And what's neat is to reinforce it, like for the Christmas tree, you can stick the bamboo skewers, which they, at the Dollar Tree, had 3-foot-long ones, or you can get the foot-long ones, or they're like 14 inches, or the little ones. They can go through the corrugated part and act as reinforcement. So you don't have to double layer like I did with the foam board where you had to sandwich them together for extra strength. You can just run bamboo skewers. So nice and easy, nice and cheap. And yeah, so one day I'll get to that. The kids have just started back to school here, so things are slightly crazy. Just getting used to the schedule again. When my kids get home, they have 1 day a week gymnastics, and my daughter has cheer 2 days a week. I miss the quietness. We did nothing this summer. We didn't, well, besides my husband going to his little dive trips during the day, but home every night. We didn't go on vacation. We did nothing. Yeah. That needs to change soon. But it was kind of nice to not be expected to be anywhere. And yeah, and my chair, I'm like, the front of it's on hardwood, the back of it's on the carpet, so I'm like rocking back and forth. So sorry if I'm fidgeting. And not that they're a sponsor, they're not a sponsor at all. My usual seltzer water that I get, or flavored water, sparkling water, was out at the grocery store. I like the bubbly, I like the watermelon, or the strawberry. I'm very picky about my flavors of it. All they had left was mango, and they were completely out of Perrier, except for the large plastic bottles. And yeah, so I picked this brand up. The Polar, the orange vanilla. If you know Atlanta, Georgia, we have this restaurant, and we have a few little juniors, they call them, of the Varsity. World's largest drive-through or drive-in restaurant. And they have this drink called the Frosted Orange, and FO if you're a regular or Atlanta native. Um, yeah, this water has the aftertaste of it. It's like an orange creamsicle. It best seltzer or flavored water ever. I'm I usually only drink one a day, and yesterday when I opened the case, I drank four. So off. I like to get on little tangents. I'm not ADD at all. And oh, Loretta wants to know about hula hoops as for the wheel or a car wheel. Well, car wheels are way too small. Bike wheels are way too small. The hula hoops, you can get some larger ones. They have too much bend to them. I did experiment with them when I was first trying to get started with figuring out how to do wheels. It wasn't even worth making a video. They just have too much flexibility. So if you could find metal hula hoops that were 4 feet wide, most hula hoops are only, what, like 2.5 feet, maybe 3 for the jumbos. And yes, thank you, Sean, for being on it for me. I get off on tangents and miss things. Yeah, they're just not big enough around, and there's too much flexibility to them. I've thought about some other cat stuff that'll be hula hoop related maybe one day. My brain is, I just like inventing stuff, and one week I'll think I really want to make something, and then the next week it changes and something else is better. So I had thought of a kind of like a cat climbing shelf that uses the hula hoops, but who knows when I'll get to that. I have another cat climber that I'm trying to work on, and I need an antique door for it. And I want to make a climber on the antique door. That way, if we, God willing, are able to move sometime in the next year, I can just take the whole door off with the easy with brackets and just take it with me to the new place. And I want to do a cute antique door as the back of it. Our antique store down the street apparently is rather expensive. The cheapest door is $150. Seems a bit much to me. Granted, I've never really shopped for an antique door, ideally in green or teal. I mean, imagine that with my coloring. Like, cat toy lady stuff. Can you tell what my favorite colors are? And yeah, I just want that kind of rustic, the paint kind of peeling, but not really. Or if it is, I'll put a lacquer on it just so the cats can't eat wood chip or paint chips and get lead poisoning. Because I've actually seen that. And, well, it was a dog. But it can happen. And yeah, so I'm trying to find a cute antique door. And the cheapest I can find that fit, well, just the cheapest I can find is $150. And I think the one that was teal that I liked was $155. I don't know if it's worth it, but it's really cute. So it's hard for me to be a cheapskate and then spend that much on a door that's going to hang on my wall. So that's the next cat climber of sorts that I have planned out. Oh, I actually have it planned for like the video next week. I've got to find a door or I have to switch what I'm doing. I'm looking at my little schedule. But, oh yeah, I guess I do need to do that for next week because I had it down for the 4th, which, September 4th. I'm looking at September. Okay, I have a while. I told you, I'm trying to pre-plan things. With my kidney stuff going on, they're supposed to be telling me any day now when my next surgery is. It's supposed to be like a ureter reconstructive surgery where they take the inside of my mouth and make a patch for the ureter, which is the tube that drains the kidney, because mine keeps kinking and blocking. And when they get in there, they'll be able to tell if they can do the patch or if they just have to take the whole kidney and the ureter. Fun. So, of course, if they take the inside of the mouth, I won't be able to talk, well, my normal, for a few days and not be able to make videos. So I want to kind of get ahead. So that's why I have my trusty little planner and I'm going to try to get things done ahead of time. That didn't happen this week with the beginning of school. I did relief work for a vet yesterday, but I've been lazy. I've been enjoying my mommy me time. Check farm sales or garage sales for doors. Yeah, I'm lazy when it comes to garage sales. They're competitive in our area. Like, I didn't realize it was like this, but there are people that get there as soon as garage sales open so they can try to get the best stuff, and they're very pushy. And then by like noon, when I would want to actually make it out there, the good stuff's gone. Or back when I was looking for stuff, the good stuff would be gone. I'm not sure if we have farm sales in our area. I'm kind of in like the suburbs of Atlanta. So the area that was like when I was a kid, this area was semi farmland, developing. Now it's just all developed. There's barely a spot of land left. And if there is, it's worth millions. We do have a like a farmer's market type thing. I don't know what it's called, but they like sell chickens and antiques in one building, and I could go check out there, but I have a feeling they're going to be just as pricey as the antique store because so many people have discovered it. Um, but yeah, if I need to get a goat, I know where to go. And yeah, so maybe next weekend, if I haven't found a door, I have a couple ideas. Would you all be interested in seeing kind of a Dollar Tree haul? Things that you don't have to make into like things you don't have to craft, I guess you could say, into something for your cat. Something that you can just buy as is from the Dollar Tree that's worth it. Because there are things that I get for my pets that, yeah, it can be a cat toy, that's $1 there. But there's other things like silicone sponges that are for doing your dishes but work great as cat brushes. Um, that type of thing. Would you all be interested in seeing my little Dollar Tree haul? Because I went this week. um, yeah, flea market is what that thing's called. That was that I was that sells the goats and the chickens and um, oh, and they had churros and these this is the fat kid in me. They have pork rinds that are solid slabs at this place. I used to when in my earlier days I had a house way out in the boonies and I had to drive past this every day to go to and from work. And on the weekends is when this place is hopping. And yeah, I could stop just for one of those big pork rinds. Of course, I was hyperthyroid, so I was a toothpick. That says flip the other way. So I can only, well, on the keto diet, I can have those pork rinds, but typically fatty foods I can only dream of. And hello, Mr. Cody. Thank you for joining. How many people are in the chat at the moment? Let's see. Whoa, I'm doing good. I have 4. It's all right. There's always replay, and I can talk to a brick wall. It doesn't matter. But to kind of sum up, since that's what today's video is, the do's and don'ts of making cat wheels. Make sure it's something sturdy that you're making it out of. No, a cardboard box is not going to work unless you really reinforce the tar out of it, and then it's going to be very thick and very heavy. You do need some weight to it, but I think that would be a little bit too much weight. Someone told me to use roller skate wheels at one point. I priced that out. Yeah, that's if you want to either find some roller skate wheels at oh, my kids are being so loud. Find them at Goodwill. and then find a way to be able to widen how far apart they sit, because you want your wheelbase as far as you can inside your base. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. With the base, so many people that write me and try to figure out what's going on with their base, they're not making their base wide enough. So, oh, Charlie's here, if you can kind of see him. Their base will only come to about right here. And it really needs to come out farther. My wheels sit about right here. And then the one in the middle too. Let's see. Oh, one. Look, you can see how big Charlie's getting. He just grunted at me. Were you asleep? But, I mean, since I happen to have a toy right here, let's see what he does. So you can check out the wheel in action. Oh, another do and don't. When you're trying to get your cat to use it, don't throw them on it and try to force them into walking on it. You need to dangle a toy where they can't get it easily, and that encourages them to go. Charlie's half asleep. But Charlie will, of course, on his own now, just start running up a storm. You're not quite awake, are you? Ellie will. Watch. Kitty, 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 kitty. Can you hear the thudding? Hi, Ellie. She thinks everything that's a kitty kitty is for food. You want to play up here? Oh, oh. There we go. Oh, I know what would make Ellie run. Can you all hear me fine while I'm that far back in the room? Oh, that's not the right cat one. Oh, I had to put it away because the cats were getting so aggressive. Ellie is crazy for this. Oh, let me turn off the my name part so you guys can see in the middle. There we go. Yeah. This is called the bird. Woo, okay. So she's growling at me. 2 videos ago, I did a review of this. So if you want to know what pre-made cat wand you can buy that makes a kitten this aggressive, check it out. Let's see. I don't know if I can get it back from her. She is growling and trying to take off with it. She loves this toy. There's a reason it lives all the way up on top of a big shelf. Come on, Ellie. Come on. All right, maybe this was a bad idea. It's hard to get the toy away from her. But Charlie, on the other side, he loves to play with the stick. So it works out. But yeah, this toy is awesome. It has a little like fake fish that's made out of fuzzy rubber that's been like trimmed as hairs of rubber. She has a good bite on this toy. And she's hissing. She gets so aggressive over this. So I'm not sure if you all saw my little short today, but she still, at her big size, nurses when she gets tired in the morning and at night on fuzzy blankets. You gonna let go soon? Let's see if I can. Oh, nope, couldn't give it away. All right. I don't know what to do because I need to talk to you guys and finish my little summary, but I can't just let her take this under the bed. It's not safe. Let's see if I can get behind her. And she'll just come with me. So, if you can't tell, this is her favorite toy ever. Her heart is just racing. She's growling. She's got a grip. Eventually she'll let go of it. That's typically what we have to wait on. It's just her to release it. So again, my real summary with Charlie, he was on it a second ago. Just pay attention to the little details. The base size, the wider, the better. The wheel placement, the wider you can make them apart inside the base. And the farther apart you can get them. Woo! I won! The toy is starting to have strings come out now. Imagine that. But yeah, just pay attention to the little details. Don't use cardboard. I now say probably don't use the foam board either, just because I know how well this holds up, and it'll just save you money, even though it's a whole lot cheaper. Ooh, ow, Charlie. Whole lot cheaper to start with. The $44 for the corrugated plastic that it takes to make that big wheel is worth it. Got another claw on the leg. This is what happens when you do lives and you're holding a toy that drives your cats nuts. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get her to run one more time and maybe not get a hold of it. See if she can. See, this is why there's masking tape holding on the carpet in some places. But the wheel works. So to all you people that say that I'm a fraud. And yes, I've got 2 of those messages on my newest wheel video. And I know this bad boy works. All right, Ellie, you want to show a power jump real quick? Charlie can't jump well, but Ellie can. Ooh. I'm gonna have to put this up, because if she really does get it, it won't be good for us. Again, I have to hide that bad boy. And you can see my review of it 2 videos ago, so 2 weeks ago. And good morning, Angie. Sorry. All right. So, yes, the summary of it all is details. Just if you are going to attempt to do it, you have to be a little compulsive about details. And yeah, that's really it. If you guys have any questions about wheels, definitely let me know. I am going to do a similar video to this with the do's and don'ts of making your own cat trees out of non-wood items. Because everyone has their 2 cents about that too in my comments of the videos. Like where I was trying to only use foam board with a wood base because you need that weight, I've learned on those. And I get so many people trying to tell me how I need to put pipes, plastic pipes, use plastic pipes. I'm like, you're not getting the point of the video that it's only foam board. But yeah, I can go off on rants about that type of stuff. I do have to say, if you leave a comment for me and I don't, usually I try to, if it's a comment I like, I put the little heart on it. And yeah, Facebook or YouTube all of a sudden took away all my hearts on my end, and I don't know what happened. So if you like to comment or put a comment and then all of a sudden it seems funky or something different, see, I told you Charlie likes it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on my end. So now it's only showing me, now that I went through and re-hearted them all, it's only showing me the comments I haven't put a heart on. I can no longer see comments that I hearted. on my back end studio stuff. So it's only the comments now that were all the rude ones that I left on my page, but I didn't respond to. That's all that's left. So when I go into my studio, once I go through the nice messages, it's nothing but rude people. Even though the last one is kind of funny because someone commented, I got the wood for you right here, or something like that on one of my videos. Or I got your wood right here, which is better than some of the ones that tell me that, oh, I like this one. For those of you that are into my Charlie, they accused me of putting makeup on the cat and I guess drugging him to make him look groggy. Instead of he had an abrasion on his nose, his eye, and his lip. And his face was all swollen. He couldn't open his eyes. Apparently I did that with makeup. That was a new one I heard. I don't know why my daughter is standing staring at me. She does this every live, and every time it kills me because I can't think. And that's why I say because all I have is an eye in the corner of my eyes. What, Fee? You want to say hello? This is Fee, Fiona, or Fifi, or Fee Marie.
Or TT.
Or if you have a son that has speech issues, TT. Well, some of the troll Sean make me laugh. I mean, like I've got your wood right here. I am a fluffier. I mean, I can put some good makeup on, but in general, I'm not one of the more attractive ones on YouTube. I know this. I'm fine with that. But I still get the DM messages hitting on me and the inappropriate comments. And I think it's hilarious because if you watch my channel at all, you know I'm married. You know who I'm married to. Just like the ones that hit on my husband. I always find those funny too. Even though one of them's like an 80-year-old woman. Or I'm guessing somewhere around there that calls my husband my little nugget. Or no, my little nug muffin. That's what
they call me Nugget.
Yeah, they call her little nugget. So yeah, trolls, they don't really bother me. I more kind of wonder what's in their heads. Like when I'm being accused of one, drugging and then putting makeup on the cat so I can make a video. Or the other one of me purposely smashing the cat into the ground so I can make his face swell up and put abrasions on there. And then letting him cook on the road and almost die just so I can make a video. Like it was a very long thought out thing that they wrote. What type of life do these people have? Like, it's crazy to me, but I know Charlie's video is at 120,000 views, so I'm going to get some hate on that. She just moves right in. Besides that, I left that space so people could see the cat on the wheel. And you took Cindy's chair. You can sit on this side. Well, yeah, because you took her too. But here, you can scoot up right next to Mommy. I don't have cooties. Or fleas. Or I might have fleas. There was a flea pet yesterday. No. So yeah. That's my rant on that. You guys hear it every time I have a live. I update you on the newest trolls comments. And one of them, I blocked her and then realized I wanted to save it because it was like a page long. It was really, really long. The one that accusing of me putting makeup on the cat and how I must think the world is stupid. So I meant to screenshot it and I couldn't. I tried to unblock her so I could still see the comment and it wouldn't let me. But that way I could share it with you because it was a doozy. But yeah, I like in my oh, here comes my son. I like in my lives to fill you in on the newest drama of the channel. And yep. There's kittens. It's like wait, which way am I going? There we go. It's mirror image when I see myself in this, so it throws me off. All right. I call that one the one that called me Mr. Potato Head or Mrs. Potato Head. Oh, well, aren't they nice? Yeah, just laugh at it. Yeah, my favorite. Don't touch the screen. Yes, people are saying hi, like Angie and Sean, and yes. So my favorite of the troll comments was back. Granted, I was at my heaviest. I've lost a lot of weight since then. But he said it looks like I sat around eating for 2 months. And this was like right when God, you're shaking me. Quarantine happened, so everyone was overeating as the cat slaps the kittens again. But yeah, so I sat around for 2 months eating and then ate myself. But I had really good makeup. I'm telling you, my takeaway, honestly, initially from that was my makeup was on point for that video. So I can't complain. But of course, Jeremy, my husband, gets on there and starts just berating the guy. I'm like, he gets more bent out of shape about some of them than I do. And Cody's favorite toy growing up was the potato head dolls. I like the Darth Vader one that they have right now. You can do like all the different Star Wars. Those are my favorite. Even though they don't want to call them Mr. Potato Heads anymore. And yeah, so I think we're going to wrap this up. I think I'll do a video soon about how to play with your cat too. For those of you that play like my son does. Slapping the cat in the face is not the way you play with a toy. Just saying. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, Jeremy was trying to just protect me. You don't mess with his wife. That's just what it boils down to. But, yep. You see what I deal with? I had this for an entire summer with just me. Just me. We don't have relatives or anything in town that can take care of kids. So, like, we've never had a real babysitter. When we saw the movie It, the newest one, we had a friend that we dropped the kids off with. And besides that, yeah, it's just us. Well, when Jeremy's out diving, it's just me. But Kevin's live starts at 1 o'clock. Well, I will be done before the no mock experience starts.
Wait, who's Kevin?
You met him. He had the dogs when we were in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, I like the dogs.
Mm-hmm. Kevin is such a gentleman. He didn't even know that I had kidney issues going on at the time. I literally, the day before meeting Kevin and the whole, if you know, we went up to Tennessee and did stuff with Adventures with Purpose. I had a tube put in my kidney with I didn't have the bag attached, but it was so when they went to do my kidney procedure that I had done, I didn't have to have a stint in keeping the kidney draining. The kidney pee just came out of a bag. You know, my very own purse full of pee.
When we're done with the live,
I was mid-story and she interrupts. No, hold on. Stop. So, oh my gosh. Stop, ma'am. So, she's losing the internet later. Because that's how we punish in this house. So Kevin had no idea that I had this tube in my back. I had it put in less than 24 hours ahead of seeing him. And he's pulling out a chair for me, giving up his chair because we didn't have camping chairs with us. and just being just a complete sweetheart. Um, yeah, and he had no idea I'd gone through all that the day before. My procedure was at like 4:30 in the afternoon. I got home by 6, and then at 5 o'clock in the morning, we were on our way to Nashville. So, uh, yeah, Kevin's a good man.
He's playing with my puppet.
Okay, he's playing with the puppet. So I'm gonna wrap this up. If you guys have any questions about making wheels or any other toys, always you can email me. My email is in my about section. It's cattoylady@gmail.com. Ooh. And yeah, I'm going to go make my kids run laps outside now and play with some cats. And hopefully, maybe we'll do a live stream with Jeremy later if he finds something good while he's out today.